Hey, what's up? I will get straight to it. So I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and I've seen some plumbing companies fail. And I was thinking about it, and there has been one common thread that I've seen with the owners who failed. And again, don't get me wrong, they're different companies and there's different things going on, but there's a certain character trend that I've seen with the companies that failed, and I wanted to share that with you. By the way, my name is Chris Gray. I co-own a marketing and consulting agency for plumbers, and we've helped a lot of plumbers make a lot of money. My goal is to help the guy who has 1 to 3 trucks grow their business. So I hope this video helps in doing that. So let me give you the where this starts. I read this very interesting story. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Bill Gates Sr., who is very successful as well, were at a party. And a brave bystander walked up to them and asked them, hey, what is the most important quality you need to have in order to be successful? And then all three of those guys, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Bill Gates Sr., they all stop. They all look at him and simultaneously say, focus. All three of these guys agreed it was about focus. Here's the thing that I've seen with these plumbing owners who have failed. Again, there's different reasons. It could be lack of work, being unable to hire people. There's different reasons. But the root of that is their ability to focus. If you want to be successful, man, you got to avoid distractions. And the person who's able to focus and focus on the right things will make money. The one who isn't will fail. It's that black and white. This might seem like an oversimplification of it, but man, hear me out. I'm not, I'm not Bill Gates. I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm not all those guys, but I've seen what they're saying is true. If you cannot focus, you will not be successful in business. And not just about focusing, it's about focusing on the right things. I've read a lot about this. A lot. And I'm not just talking to you just to be talking to you as whatever. I co-own a business. I'm practicing what I preach, or at least try to. And I've seen when I've made a concentrated effort to focus, oh man, what a difference it makes. And this is what I mean. Let me give you some tips that these are not things that I just came up with. Again, I've done my studying. The stuff that I'm about to tell you is backed by science. And if you increase your focus, and more important, you focus on the right thing, the thing that makes the biggest difference, you have a better chance of being successful in business. And well, I'll just get straight to it. So here's some of the things that I've learned that have been super helpful. And here's some of the things that I've seen. More important, here's what I've seen other plumbing owners do to have great success. And some of them don't even know that they're doing it. They just naturally figured out how to focus. Others had to learn the same way I had to learn. But I'm going to give you tips that have helped these guys grow businesses and the tips that have helped me grow businesses. So everybody has a bunch of stuff to do. If you look at your list of things to do, and just not even talking about your personal life, just talking about your plumbing life. If you look at the things that you have to do daily, that's probably a long list. And what will happen is somebody will come out there, or somebody will come into their office, and if they even make a list, or if they even make a plan, they have this plan, they make a list, and they just start checking things off. And that's okay. The plumbing companies who fail focus on the wrong things. They have that list and they're focused on the things that don't make the biggest difference. Here is the best question that you can ask yourself when you're making a list of things to do. What is the one thing I can do such by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? What is the one thing I can do such by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Now think about that question. It seems like a very simple question. The stuff that I'm giving to you, or I'm giving you right now, sounds very simple, but it is powerful when you start to leverage it. So speaking of leverage, when you ask yourself that question, now when you have this long list of things to do, you can start seeing what's relevant and what's irrelevant. And that's important because you want to put your time and your energy towards the one thing that's going to have the biggest impact. Then once you've done that, you move on to the next thing that will have the biggest impact. And again, this stuff seems super simple, and it is, but it's not easy because it's easy to get distracted by the shiny object. It's easy to tend to the squeaky wheel, and that squeaky wheel might not have any leverage over your business. But if you focus on the one thing that has the most important, that has the most leverage, and you keep doing that, I promise you, you're going to see a difference in your business. And then again, another tip backed by science if you are looking to concentrate, once you've identified that one thing, the most important thing, and you're setting time aside to do it, that's what you're doing. And the most important thing you can do during that time is put this thing away. This right here, man. This thing right here. It's responsible for. Oh, I'm not going to even go down the rabbit. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole. But point being is the phone is great because we have Alexander's library. We have this wealth of information at our fingertips. And that's also a problem is because we have a wealth of information at our fingertips. We're always trying to check Facebook or check Instagram or check TikTok. And I mean, I went and got my tire changed recently. Went and got my tires changed. And I was sitting in the waiting room and I looked up. And when I looked up, what was everybody else doing? Looking down. When I was sitting I went to the doctor last week for my hand or whatever, and I go in the waiting room. I'm sitting there, and I look up. When I look up, what's everybody doing? Looking down. We don't even talk to each other. I know that I sound like an older person with this, but man, this is real stuff. Like people are just, the phone is cracked. It literally is. Going back to the science stuff that I won't bore you with all the details, but when you eat really good food, or when you are wanting to have sex, what happens in your head? There's a dopamine release. That same dopamine release happens when you're on your phone and scrolling through Facebook or TikTok. I know what they're doing. And it's designed as such to give you these little small hits of dopamine so that you keep coming back. Have you ever put your phone down, or you've been searching through your phone for however long, you put it down, you do something for 5 seconds, and you pick your phone back up again and do the exact same search? You just searched through it. You just saw everything that was happening on Facebook, which is nothing. You went through all of it, you put your phone down, and then a few minutes later, you're back on, you pick your phone back up and you're scrolling again. There's a reason for that. Your brain is optimizing to get that dopamine fix. And the people who control Facebook and social media platforms, they all know this. And this is not I'm not trying to preach to you or whatever. I'm just telling you exactly what's happening. And as that relates to your business, it's going to be very hard to focus when your brain is literally addicted to your phone. It wants that. It's searching for that dopamine hit. It's searching for that little hit. It's searching for that. So when you're working, it's easy to stop in the middle of your work and just want to pick up your phone and check out what's happening. So you have to eliminate that distraction. How do you eliminate that distraction? You put your phone up. And I'll speak for me. And once I've identified that one important thing, and I'm speaking for me, and then I've also had this conversation with other successful plumbing owners. And this is how I got onto this video, this whole subject of this video. But I wouldn't be giving it to you if I didn't see other plumbing owners doing it, if it hasn't worked for me. Once you identify the one thing that you need to work on that day and you put your phone up, now you need to give yourself a clear stopping point. There's some task where you can finish that task in that day. You know it. So then for today, I'm doing this and I'm not going to stop until I finish. There's other tasks where they'll reach a stopping point because you'll need somebody else to do something or somebody else to pick up the ball. Whatever that stopping point is, identify it and then do it. That's it, man. There's no phone. There's no distractions. There's no nothing, whatever it is. This is the thing that you're doing for that day. And at first, it's going to be hard because your brain, and this is the whole science stuff. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but your brain is addicted to the phone. It just is. Not everybody, but most people, they're addicted to the phone. So what happens when you put something away that you're addicted to, or you try to come off an addiction? There's going to be a withdrawal factor. It's going to take some effort to not want to pick up your phone or not act on picking up your phone. That's not going to be easy at first, especially if you're used to being in your phone all day. But the more you do it, over time, the better you will get at focusing. This is just like anything else. Focusing, it's a skill set. When you think of somebody who just starts plumbing, right? You're crappy at first, but over time you get better. Same thing with focusing. You might not be the best at it at first, but as you make a concentrated effort to do it over and over again, you will get better at it. You just have to keep practicing. Now, here's the best part of it. Here's the science part of it that I don't want to get into too much detail about. But here's the science part of it. Our brains right now we are overstimulated, and our brain keeps searching for more stimulation. It likes it. It gets addicted to this stuff. So your brain, think of your brain as being full right now. It's just people wake up, they're on their phone, they're on email, they're on desktop, they're on laptop, they're watching shows, they're listening to stuff. People will go, there's some people right now or today who will wake up and there will be noise all the way until they go to sleep. And what I mean by noise is they might start with the radio in the car, There's stuff happening at work. They get back in the car, it's radio. They come home, it's TV. If they're going to sleep, they might be listening to something or whatever it is. But and in between all that, they're on their phone. There are some people who will be hearing something or getting some kind of noise or feedback all day. And what's happening scientifically is your brain essentially is getting full. And when your brain is full, there is no room for anything else to get in there. And the most important thing that you want to make room for is ideas. Think about when you've had your best ideas. You might have like saw something on social media that gave you an idea about something, but your best ideas, your money-making ideas, or the best ideas that you've had in your personal life, they probably came when you were in the shower or when you were just maybe lifting or jogging, when you were at a state of doing nothing. That's when our best ideas come. But what's happening nowadays is we're so distracted. Our brains are so full of stuff that we don't even have room for ideas to come in. So what I saw was when I made time to focus, eliminate the distractions, and also, most important, made time to do the boring things. Like I take a longer shower, or I like to lift. So when I lift a little longer and I don't have as many distractions. I lift in my home. Or when I'm cooking, I'm allowing space and time for ideas to come. And that's, man, this stuff might sound like mumbo jumbo to you, but it's real and it's backed by science. Give your brain space, just whatever it might look like. Some people meditate, some people go run, some people cook longer, some people take longer showers, but give your brain space to get some of that crap out, not be not listening to something or watching something, and just give your brain space to not be distracted. Allow it that space, and ideas will come in. Great ideas will come in. And again, think about how you had some of your best ideas. You weren't distracted when you had it. You were probably doing nothing. So make time to do nothing. As counterintuitive it is, make time to do nothing. If you're cooking, just cook and enjoy that time. Taking a shower, take a longer shower, but give your brain a rest. And when you do that, it's not so full of stuff, and it'll have room for ideas to come in. So I hope this makes sense. I wouldn't be giving this information to you if I didn't think it was valuable. And it's not just some like theory or vibes or, will yourself to, success. None. That stuff is backed by science, man, right? We are too distracted. And the plumbing owners I've seen fail, they lack a focus. And when they do focus, they focus on the wrong things, the things that don't have any significant impact on the business. So the guy who's able to concentrate and know what they want and then focus that intention on the most important task, man, that person's hard to stop. And I don't care what industry it is, but I've seen it in the successful plumbers. So I wanted to tell it to you. Anyway, I hope this helps to make these videos for the guys who have 1 to 3 trucks and are trying to grow their business. And I'm giving you tips that I've learned from people who have a whole fleet and doing well. There's common threads amongst them. And I hope to pass those tips to you to help. So anyways, I hope this video helps, and have a good one. Bye.